For spring, we have the MAC Metamorphosis. The Metamorphosis. We're going to look at that collection today with me, Rebecca. I'm a fashion and beauty editor. I have done this on the other side of the camera, typewriter actually, computer, for my entire adult life really. And that has led me to start Not Fit for Print Beauty right here on YouTube, so you can have a little digital beauty magazine to flip through every day or so. So let's get started. I want to share with you very quickly though, if you will forgive me, I get a lot of cool PR and I want to kind of slip sometimes it in here and there rather than just doing like a PR haul. This is fun though. I just wanted to share this with you. This is called the Camp Snap Pro, okay? Now you're like, why are you holding up an old-fashioned camera, Rebecca? You got to hear about this. It's really cool. They have a few different versions. The Pro is I think like $99, but there's some that are a little more. Okay, so this looks like an old-fashioned typical camera, right? But it's actually a digital camera, but you got to hear this. It's a digital camera without like a view where you see the photos. And you're going to say, well, why would you want that? Because it's not distracting. You can just be in the moment, snap photos, you charge it. I mean, I know it looks really kind of like retro, but you charge it, you snap the photos. There's all different ways you can do it, including black and white and all sorts of different, group. You can have all different sorts of flash for a group, flash for selfie, flash, and it's so much fun. And then at the end of the day or whenever you finish, then you basically just put it up to your PC or your Mac, just hook it up, and then you can see all the photos. And it has that kind of element of surprise and fun that's at once retro, but also really now. It's incredibly lightweight. So it looks like it's a heavy, older camera. It's got that cool look to it. I mean, what a fun, just like as a gift or for yourself. And it's just cool. So and you can see when it's charged. It's got a charge light. You can see how many, and I think it does like 4 gigabytes that it comes with it, but you can upgrade to more storage. It's just really cool. And I've been enjoying the heck out of this little camera. Again, it's called Camp Snap. They sent it to me and I appreciate it. I've been having so much fun with it. I just wanted to put you guys on it as well. And I will link it down below. But thank you to Camp Snap for sending it over to me. It's just a lot of fun. I've been enjoying it. It feels like those days like when I was in high school when we would go to like the Fromex to pick up our photos. Remember the little like booth in the middle of the parking lot that you would drive up to? What are the photos going to look like? There's like an element of that, and it's super fun. I love it. And it would be really fun for like special events and for all sorts of things. So anyway, keep this on your radar if it's the first you've heard of it. It's a digital camera, but no preview. You're still going to kind of have an element of surprise and that really cool retro look in a lightweight camera. It's really neat. I've been enjoying it. Okay, I just wanted to tell you about it. All right, let's go ahead and talk about MAC, and we're going to try it on. And I'm going to also do some swatches for you in the warm California sunshine. So the collection from MAC, and they are so hot again. MAC has never been cold. I mean, let's face it, but they're really super hot right now. So we have the Metamorphosis for spring. This is a face and eye palette for $47. It's limited edition, of course. This has 6 new pearlescent pastels and bronzed up neutrals for spring. Here's where it's going to get a little controversial. And yes, we're going to swatch it outside in a moment. The layout, you're either going to love or hate. I'm just going to be honest with you. Okay? Here it is. Get ready. We're going to work to see what brushes will fit in here. We're going to play with all of the shades. I'll tell you because I've already swatched it. They are so creamy, so pigmented without being overly thick and pigmented. Sometimes when shades and swatches are creamy, they can be too thick. This is creamy and pigmented while still being nice and sheer. It really gets it right, typical of MAC to get it right. The packaging is beautiful. But I do know that there's going to be many of you who are intrigued, just as many as who are intrigued by the layout. I know some of you will be really put off by it. So I'd be curious in comments to see what you guys think. We do have a mirror here. We're going to see what sort of brushes we could fit in because it's an eye and a face palette. Now for eyes, obviously, no problem on these purples, but how about the face palette? How are we going to feel about that? So we're going to have to kind of take a look at that. But also the MAC the Macximal matte lipstick. I got the shade Whirl, but this is also limited edition. We've got 3 different shades. It's in this packaging. They're $25. So we have this kind of Metamorphosis packaging. I am going to put on the Whirl shade while we go outside and show you in the warm California sunshine. So go ahead and take a look. There is the Metamorphosis Face and Eye Palette for $47. And then to the right of it is the gorgeous Macximal matte lipstick. This one in the shade Whirl. But there's 3 shades, and those are recognizable shades. I've been kind of putting on the lipstick. This is such a nice matte lipstick. It's so easy to put on. And this, you maybe have tried the Macximal lipstick before. It's just so nice, and the shade's been done, but maybe it's a little cool tone for me. I love cool tones, but I don't always look good in them. They're just so easy to put on. I mean, I was talking and narrating the swatches while I put it on, and for such a dark lipstick, how easy was that? And it's super comfortable. The thing about the MAC matte shades is what they lack, I should say, in shine and balm, they make up for in this thick, creamy texture that is just a pleasure to wear and moves with your lips. If you haven't tried, whether you like this packaging or the regular MAC packaging, the Macximal matte lipsticks are fantastic. They're some of the, if not the, frankly, best out there in terms of a matte lipstick, in terms of comfort, in terms of shade. Yeah, I'm talking even compared to Lisa Eldridge and Charlotte Tilbury. Honestly, these are lovely. And I know in comments, those of you who have tried these will agree with me on that. But that's just the shade Whirl in this Metamorphosis packaging. All right, let's take a look at the face and eye palette. So the lipstick was $25. This is $47. How are you guys feeling about the layout? Let's use some Rephr brushes. And I'm going to start with the Shoto 5. And let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and go into this shade as maybe a blush. There's nothing really here that I could bronze with. I mean, maybe if your skin were really light, but it's going to be a little too bronzy even for a bronzer. So I'm going to use the Shoto brush because it applies sparingly. The Shoto 5 from Rephr. I'll put that information below. All of this information, where to purchase and all that, is always down below in the description bar. And wherever appropriate and where I can find it, as YouTube shopping grows, I'm going to stick it up here in YouTube shopping as well. This is pretty, and I think it's working as a blush with the help of this lovely Shoto brush so that I'm not putting down too much pigment. Now I am overdoing it so that you guys can see it. And as I told you, these are the thinnest, most, I want to say sheer, but they're obviously not sheer because they're highly pigmented. But just the way that they apply, they build so nicely. It can be creamy. Somehow MAC is creamy, but it's not thick. You know, so it's not gonna, it's just really nice. Let's, and by the way, I had no trouble getting my brush in there. It had to drag on here a little bit, but I had no problem getting it in there. And here is a number 38 from Rephr, and I'm gonna go in here. I don't have any trouble. I mean, you can't use I'm gonna use this as a highlighter. It's a little bronzy, but I think it works. You can't go in with your fluffiest, biggest brush, but I'm not trying to bronze with it. Let me run that down on the cheeks a little bit. And again, I am overdoing it. It's really pretty though, isn't it? How are we feeling about the layout? Kind of love it or hate it, right? Okay, and in terms of the eye shades, let's do a Shoto 4, also from Rephr. Let's go ahead with this shade here. And I'm just gonna kind of do this. That was probably a good, whenever it's a bigger shade, you're assuming that they assume you'll use it for cheeks. Like notice these purpley shades have the least amount of space devoted to them. Speaking of these purpley shades, let's see how my Rephr Shoto 4 fits in. This is the smallest shade, but it doesn't really butt up against anything, so you don't really have to worry about, I'm kind of layering that, about going accidentally into another shade, which is when palettes get creative like this with their layout, that's the danger, right? That you're going to accidentally pick up more than one shade. And I'm not finding that to be the case, although if you are annoyed by it, I'm not going to start an argument with you about it. I could see why you might be. But it's really pretty. It's a very cohesive palette, isn't it? And a nice look. I'm not a huge fan. I'm going to switch here to the 01, the 1 Mini on Rephr. I'm not a huge fan of this kind of lilac-y shade. It's not really my thing, but let's just try it. And the eye brush fits into it just beautifully. And it's really pretty. I still don't think I'd choose to wear it if I weren't here with you guys, but I just want to test it for you. And it's certainly very pretty. I'm just not like a purple lover. If you are, though, you'll like this. How about this large swatch of pink here that I've been kind of ignoring? What do we think of that? Let me flip over my brush here and go in there. And I'll just put that into the inner corner. Kind of adds a little bit of a unicorny look that I don't think I love, to be entirely honest. I love the performance of these shades. The layout doesn't bother me. Some of you are going to be like freaking out. The layout doesn't bother me, but I got to tell you, I love all these shades, but this one and this I feel are a little too... Oh, maybe I would just avoid those two shades and it would be okay. I mean, you know, they're pretty, but I didn't need that. I kind of liked the bronzy look, but to me, the bronze and then these unicorny pinky purples are weird together. Maybe it's just more than one look. I would love for you guys to weigh in. I mean, it's certainly very pretty. I just don't generally choose to wear this kind of purpley look. So maybe it's just a Rebecca thing. Maybe it's a me thing. I don't know. But I really want to know, because I think this will be controversial. I have just heard people really looking forward to the release of this. I haven't heard anyone be negative about it. But just from what I know with my experience in the industry, I feel like some of you are going to be like, the color story's weird, the layout's weird, or is it just beautiful? I'd love to know what you guys think. But the performance-wise and the quality of the products, I mean, it's MAC. It's fantastic. And you know, I love to say MAC is back. They were never gone. They were never gone. I know that. But a great and interesting release. You can't say it isn't interesting. And we got to love the Macximal matte lipstick. It's just such a good product. But there's 2 other shades. So, you know, at $25 for a nice lipstick at this point in time, I'm not tone deaf. I get it. But I mean, at this point in time, that's pretty good, isn't it? All right. So let me know your thoughts and let me know if you're interested in trying this Camp Snap Pro camera or any of the other Camp Snap items. Such a fun little toy that I've been enjoying. But these items I did buy myself, and I'd love to know what you think and if you also will be buying them for yourself like I did. So let me know down below. Let's chat in comments, but also join me over on Instagram. I'm also on TikTok, Threads, and we're on Facebook. We have a group that meets once a week together, a little private membership group here on YouTube. And we would love to see you there, so you can join too, and that info is down below. I look forward to chatting with you all in comments, and thank you so much for joining me today. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.